What is going on, guys? It's Venom here, and welcome back to the Mystery Owner. This is not season 6. However, this is the negotiation. I'll be bringing on Mr. X here in a moment, and we're going to start negotiating out my next 5-year deal that I want from this team. If we can't come to terms, series is over. It's done and over with. But here we go. Mr. X, welcome back.
Hello. Thanks for having me back. It's about damn time.
Well, we've made some great progress with this team, sir, but we need to go down by season breakdown.
Now, let's see how you did. I'm excited to figure this out.
Well, as your first request, on my notepad here I have, you wanted Dylan Larkin, our captain of the team, moved immediately.
Correct.
So, I had moved him to the Carolina Hurricanes at 50% retained for 1 year, since a new contract would not be in effect. So we did not have his new cap hitting us. For
Smart,
center,
okay.
Kotkaniemi, who actually had a better deal at $4 million by 8 years. And we got a 2023 first round draft pick from them.
Okay.
We also moved Andrew Kopp and a 2022 fourth to Chicago for their second and a fifth. I was eliminating ineffective cap space for this next season so we can bring in new players.
Okay.
Now, you said you needed goaltending changes. We made that happen. Ville Husso was sent to Buffalo. I know you don't like interdivision, but they were the only ones that were interested and had the cap space for a goalie of his magnitude. We did get a second and third from them. Now, I wanted to make this team a little bit younger and do a complete youth movement. So I sent a 2023 second and a 2024 third for Matt Nyes. He has done well so for us. He was actually only a 71 when we got him, and now he's playing for us on the NHL roster going into this next season.
Okay. It's something.
He's on a very cheap, team-friendly deal, 1.6 mil at an 85 overall.
Beautiful. Okay.
Now, I know you love this player, sir, but he was not willing to re-sign with us for anything under 3 mil. Adam Ernie and a 2023 seventh from us went to Vegas for Bryson, a top 6 forward who was very young. He's 20 years old at a 76 overall. So he is
okay. Not happy with that one.
It was either we waste $3 million on a player that was not producing and not even making the roster. He was a scratch player too, sir.
Okay.
And when he was on the roster, was not generating.
Let's see. Okay, do you know what? I'm gonna keep listening. Go ahead.
We moved Suter to Calgary for a third and a 6. He did not want to re-sign with us, and I did not want to lose him for free.
Okay.
We picked up Stan Coven from Dallas, another top 6 forward, a center, for a 2023 second that used to belong to Vegas, and a 2024 third that used to belong to Calgary. So we did not actually use any of our picks for this.
Not bad, not bad. Okay.
Most picks that we moved were picks that belonged to other teams, not us.
Which is how it should be.
That all happened right at the trade deadline. All those moves. So this team was completely changed, completely overhauled. Most of those AHL prospects, or just prospects in general, were moved down to the AHL. We're playing with a bare bones team, barely below the cap floor, barely above the cap floor. Now, I think you'll be very happy with our draft picks, though. We picked up Leo Carlson, 4th overall.
Good, he's from Sweden. That's what I like.
We picked up Wood with our 20th overall pick that belonged to Carolina. We picked up Giovante pick, which the last pick we actually used because we ended up trading the rest of the picks away because there was nothing we needed. We picked up goaltender Rabel, who was a starter high.
Okay.
As per requested from others within the organization, I had to let go our head coach and our goalie coaches. They were not meshing with the team well, and there was issues. Now, as soon as free agency opened up, we got most of our players re-signed. Some players we had to let go, walk for free, unfortunately, because no deals could have been struck because their value was not worth it to the other teams. First thing I did was move Dominic Kubalik and Robbie Fabry. And we got a third and a fifth from Chicago. Which
I feel like you could have no. You could have done better than that.
However, with Chicago not getting the first overall pick and not getting Connor Bedard, they will not be in the same place that we thought they would be. Those
The
third
third,
and fourth,
no, you could have done better than that. I'm unhappy. This is the first one so far that's really made me unhappy.
now with those picks being moved and those players being moved, I was actually able to bring back a longtime favorite of the team, Tyler Bertuzzi, for 2 years at $6 million. We extended Lucas Raymond for 7.7 over 8 years. Moritz Seider, 7.7 over 8 years. Jonathan Berggren, $2 million for 3 years. We brought in a little bit more grit to this team with Corey Perry at $2 million. Engvall signed a good contract with us for $5.5 million at an 86 overall. We picked up defenseman Severson for just over $6.5 million. And we stole the captain of the Boston Bruins for 1 season at 92 overall, Patrice Bergeron.
Okay.
Now, I picked some of these players up because I knew we were not going to be playoff ready this year. So we had better assets to move at deadline to pick up more picks so we can build through the draft. Season 2, McIsaacs. I moved him for Bedard Docker and a 2025 third. We end up picking up $1.5 million in cap space. We picked up Chandler Stevenson from the Vegas Golden Knights with only having a salary of $2.75 million for a third and a seventh and a 2027 third. Oli Mata went to Calgary for a 2025 second since he was unwilling to re-sign a new deal. Martin, we picked up from Vancouver with a 2024 sixth. And we lost Ranta because of that. Now, unfortunately, at the end of the season, Nikita Kucherov ended up being the highest goal scoring player overall. It took us to the 4th season to get him signed, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Now, third season was a blow-off. 4th season was a blow-off. 5th season, we started making our push.
Okay.
We re-signed Nikita Kucherov. And we also signed Kirill Kaprizov. And put him on the top line with Marco Kasper. Ben Sherratt is playing his last few seasons in the AHL, and he's made very clear that he's retiring here in the next 2 seasons. I have completed all objectives except for winning 1 Stanley Cup. However, going through my contract, I had to make this team a playoff contender. You gave me the directive of winning a Stanley Cup by the 5th season. How would you like to proceed now, and how do we start the negotiations from here? Let's begin the negotiations.
All right, the first thing I'm going to say is well done over the last 5 years. I am going to keep you on. We will extend you. However, not having a cup yet is making not only me, but everyone else on the board here pretty concerned with the direction. Now, while I'm happy with the moves you've made, I'm happy with you've followed my directions. You got rid of the captain, right? You kept Ben Sherratt. I like the way we've drafted. I want you to tell me right here, right now, where you think we're going to be in the next 3 years.
We should be fighting for a Stanley Cup every year here on out for the next 15 years. I've drafted and built this team with youth and kept and retained picks for futures.
Now, what is the roster looking like for the upcoming season? How are we looking? What's the outlook?
All right, sir, let me pull up the roster right now, and we'll take a look at it together. All right, sir, our first line is Kirill Kaprizov with Marco Kasper and Nikita Kucherov getting +5 chemistry. Our second line, Lucas Raymond, Stan Koven, and Bryson getting a +5 chemistry. Troy Terry, Steven Stamkos, and Matthew Nyes getting a +2. Matthew Wood, Aiden Barry, and Elmer Soderblom on that bottom line getting a +2. Defensively, Heaton and Sider getting a +5. Evanson and Dursey getting a +5. And Sandin Pellikka and William Wallinder getting a +2. Goaltending, we have Waldstedt at a 90 overall and Rabel at an 81 as his backup. That is how our NHL team is broken down right now. You only transition to AHL.
No, you're fine.
Okay.
You're fine. So it looks like you've built a pretty solid roster. I like the players you have. I like the idea of having some young and some older players like Steven Stamkos come in. I like it. You're doing well. Where do you think this team specifically, without making any changes once the trade deadline passes, this team right here, what do you think happens? Does this team win the President's Trophy? Does this team miss the playoffs? What am I saying?
This is nearly the exact same team as last year, with the addition of Steve Stamkos, and they made the playoffs with this current makeup. I fully believe with the added poise to this team, that this team can at least make it to the second or the finals. However,
Okay.
I feel as though if our backup goaltending becomes an issue, I might have to trade for a new one.
Which is understandable. I tell you what, first season, you run with it. You can do whatever you feel like needs to be done. But if you do not make at least the conference finals in this season, Marco Kasper will be moved to the second line. I want a new top line center. I don't care how you get him, whether it's free agency or via trade, but you will not be using Marco Kasper on the top line if you do not make the conference finals this year.
Very well, sir. I completely understand that move.
I'm not done. As for the player in question, who is playing next to Moritz Seider?
That would be none other than Thomas Hedin. He's in his second year with the team. His second season with the entire organization, and he's going into his second season on the actual main roster.
And what is his overall?
83.
We have 6 million in cap space, correct?
Correct.
Like I said, this season you can do whatever you wish. However, same thing goes here. If we do not make the conference finals, I want this player off my roster.
Very well.
You can't have somebody like Moritz Seider playing with a nobody. Maybe he proves me wrong. I'll give him 1 season. Overall, I like what you've done with the team. I think that things are looking pretty good. I mean, the first season is, like I said, up to you. Second season, I want to bring home some hardware. Now, it doesn't have to be the Stanley Cup, but I'd like to see maybe a banner raised for the President's Trophy, or maybe the conference champion, something like that. So I want to see something rising to the rafters next season. Not the upcoming one, the one after. I'm going to give you the benefit of a doubt on 1 year here. But if we don't get something in year number 2, we may have to make a change.
Very well. Proceed, because you wanted him on this team. I do not feel we can make a good team with him to keep doing this. He's been asking for more and more money each time. And he's not getting any younger.
In terms of value here, what do we have for Nikita Kucherov? Are we getting anything in return if we move him?
Going to his value. He is almost full value. So we can get quite a big haul.
Okay.
We could get a player, sir, or we could get straight up draft picks.
We're in win now mode. We are not going for draft picks. We need someone to replace him. If we're going to move Nikita Kucherov, which again, like I said, this upcoming season, this is your call. Now, as much as I want Nikita Kucherov on the team, if you decide, hey, he wants too much money, or hey, he's not producing for what he's getting paid, you can move him. Feel free. But you better make sure you replace what he does on the ice. I don't care where you do it. I don't care if you get 5 players that are all 84 overall that produce 20 goals each. I don't care. But replace the production. What did he produce for us last year?
Last year, he was not very good compared to his earlier seasons. He had 99 points, 56 goals, 43 assists.
Okay. Trade him. Get him off the team. Replace that 100 points. I want to see 100 points combined for whatever you get for Nikita Kucherov.
Very well, sir. I have a particular player in mind already.
Can't wait to find out who that is. Other than that, I have you for 5 years, I think. How's that sound? Nice 5-year deal to come back and be our GM.
Sounds very good, sir. However, the people want to see who you are at the end of that 5 years.
Oh, that's fine. They'll see who I am. As long as you win a Stanley Cup.
Very well, sir. And at the end of the 10th and final season of my... Oh, go back. After I finish this last 5 seasons, sir, we're going to have to meet up again to go over the last 5 seasons. I feel...
I'll be around. Don't worry. I'll be around.
Going back through Kucherov real quick. I actually got him after a down year. He had 90, had 96 the year prior to me getting him. Then the year I got him during the offseason, he had 89. So he actually went back up by 10 points with us.
Nice.
So it's just the money.
Yeah, I mean, if it doesn't work out, Kucherov, it doesn't work out. Replace the points.
And then going back to Ben Sherratt, sir, how do you want me to handle him?
Ben Sherratt will be named captain of the Detroit Red Wings and play first line minutes every night going forward. I'm joking.
He's a 73 overall.
Ben Sherratt, still a member of the squad, I assume, playing in the AHL.
Yes, sir. He's I gave him a nice contract just to get him through the next few seasons. I know he's been helping the younger players out down there with their growth.
As long as he continues to play, he will play for our organization. And I would like to see, if possible, him to have a defensive pairing in the AHL with one Justin Hull. See if you can make that happen.
Very well, sir. I'll look to see where he's at right now. But I will wait till after we're done with our call to make those transactions.
No problem. I just think a great defense in the AHL will really help our young players come up in the next few years and maybe help us win that Stanley Cup in 4 or 5.
Is there any particular player you'd like to see in the future, sir, on this team before retirement ages happen?
Somebody who I think deserves a cup. Somebody who, on all accounts, should be well liked in the locker room. Probably played for a few teams, but somebody I'd like to see on the squad. Maybe get him a cup before they retire. You know who I'm talking about? Do you have any idea? Do you have any guesses before I mention said player?
I'm hoping Rasmus Dahlin.
Oh, I mean, that'd be great, but guess what? No, actually. I was thinking someone more like Philip Zadina. Yeah, let's get Philip Zadina a cup.
Sounds good, sir. Anything else you think we should hit before we wrap this one up?
I think that's all right. You got some stuff to work on.
All right, well, I will work on getting Philip Zadina here soon. He's got 1 year left on his contract, so he should be a pretty easy fix to this team.
Perfect. I can't wait to see Philip Zadina lifting that cup for the Detroit Red Wings. I just can't wait for it. That's something that we've been dreaming of for about 5-10 years now.
We've all been dreaming it, sir. However, we got to blame the last administration, and we've been working on fixing what the last administration issues were.
Hey, let's make sure you do it. That's all I care about.
Yes, sir. If there's nothing else, sir, I'd like to get back to work and hopefully bring you that Stanley Cup within the next year or so.
Good. I look forward to it. I'm going to go do a line.
Sir, you enjoy your lines. Hopefully the teacher does not beat you too much. And we will talk to you soon.
I look forward to it. Go get me a ring.
Yes, sir. All right, guys. You heard it from the owner himself, what he wants and what we need to do. We got a lot of work to do, and we got a good team to do it with. Guys, this is what it is. We got 5 more years. But guys, don't forget to check down the links below. Find me on Twitch and on my Discord page. Catch you all again soon. Peace.